Hello Internet, in today's video we're going to learn about Shopify Hydrogen SEO and in particular the meta tags. And by meta tags I mean specifically the title and the description. And as you can see here using this Shopify this SEO browser extension, you can see that for the collections page, the demo storefront that is created for us by the Shopify CLI adds the title but does not add the description. And for the title that's added, there's a bit of bad practice in there because the product title comes after the store name, right? Which obviously you always want the word that carries the most specificity, the most weight to be first when you're adding your meta tags, right? So we're gonna improve that, and we're gonna add the description meta tags as well. Same thing for the product. Right, you see here, this is the product page for a women's crew neck, and there's no description, and the same error, the hydrogen, which is the storefront name in this case, appears before the product title. And finally, for the for the search page, you can see that it's static. It's completely static. If I go to men, if I search for men, you can see that the product, the page title is always the same. It doesn't include something like search results for such and such search query, in this case search results for men, right? So and neither does it include the description. Okay, and obviously when it comes to SEO, sometimes you want to index your search pages and sometimes you don't, and we're gonna have a video specifically dedicated to that on how to handle the search params, and there's good reasons sometimes why you want to do that, and some very good reasons sometimes why you don't want to do that, namely around the crowd budget. So without further ado, let's jump to the code and let's add better title description, better title tags, and the description tag to the SEO meta tags. So let's go back to VS Code here. If we open our editor, we can see that first of all, in order to add the meta tags, in order to do that, you have to export this meta from your route. Okay, so if I comment this out for proof, you will see that it's gonna disappear, right? You see, we no longer have anything. Yeah, it's now missing, right? Because I commented that out. If I do the same thing for the products page, you see, it's gonna disappear as well. From here, you see, it's now missing. Okay, if I comment at the back on both, it's gonna be back again, right? It's now back. Okay, it's now back. And what happens if I remove this meta here? From here, basically it's going to remove meta tags from every single page on the app, which obviously we don't want if you're trying to rank on Google. So we want to add this meta description, this meta tag here, which is, and this you don't have to write it yourself. This is a component that's provided to you by Remix. So if I go at the top there, where we're importing this, you see, we are importing this from Remix. So this is provided by Remix. So let's first of all, for the collections page, let's fix this problem here, whereby the store name, in this case Hydrogen, appears first before the collection name. Okay, we don't want that. We want the for the collection to always appear first, right? So let's put the store name here, in this case Hydrogen. So if we come back here in the collections page and we look over here, you see men collection and then the store name, which is a good practice. You always want the most specific thing to appear first. All right, now let's add a description. That's very simple. You just do like this. You do let me go back and check the syntax. It's basically name and then content. So I'm going to grab this, and don't worry, we're going to look at the open graphs and schema structure markup later on, but in this video I want to keep focus on the basics, the fundamentals, which are the title and the description. And in this case, obviously you want to add the data.collection.description, and you can see that we don't have TypeScript because this is any, and the reason we don't have that is because the scaffolding doesn't have all the typings that we need. So let's add that here. Obviously you don't want this, and all of a sudden this is now typed. Okay, so that's a good thing. Always have types. So let's go back to the product, the collections page, and we don't even need to refresh. We're just happy to see. Now we have the description there, right there for us. Okay, that's good. Obviously, in terms of like length and so on, you may want to look at, because Google sometimes changes the guidelines in terms of, and different SEO professionals have different opinions on the length. Okay, so this particular Chrome browser says 26 characters is not enough, and I think it says here that 164 characters for the description is too much, and for the title 65 characters is the recommended length. Okay, so that's it for the collections. Now let's do the same thing for the products itself. It's basically the same thing. We're just gonna replace a few things. So first, let's make sure, as again here, this is any. Obviously we don't want that. We want type, strong type, any, all over the place on our app. That makes it easy to spot bugs. Okay, add the loader. Oops, I typed this wrong. All right, good. Then obviously we want to return likewise description, and then here I'm gonna add data.product.description. Okay, very good. And then I want also this to appear at the back, not at the front, because this is less important than the product title. So I'm gonna put the store name here like this, and if you go back and look at what it is now, it's fantastic, right? Obviously the length here is a bit too much, and this description, obviously you want to make sure that that description not only is relevant for the this is the description that we have here for the users, but it's not necessarily the case that you want to add the same description for both, right? And by the way, this description doesn't necessarily need to come from the Shopify storefront. You can have in your application, in the context, you can have your CMS here, and then the data for the meta title and the meta description can come from the CMS, where you have your editors define the SEO strategy in there in the CMS. Or you can you can add a meta field to the product in your Shopify storefront, in your Shopify backend, and that could be the one used here instead. So you can have different description, one for the users and one for the SEO. Okay, so that's it. Now what about the search? Okay, how do we get the search to be a bit more useful? Like, we want, like I said earlier, something a bit more dynamic. Let's say search results for men, search results for women. We want the search query to be in the title description, because that could be useful for SEO, while Remix gives you the ability to get that information as well. So if we go in the search route here, and we add again the type of loader, okay, type of loader, and we close that, and we come here, we get obviously the location and then the data. In this case, the data not very useful, but the location is. So let's grab that and just return what this is. Let's copy this, and then let's return this here from here. Okay, search results for men. And now you see it's gonna give us what we have here, search results for men, you see. And if I go here for women, it's gonna give us search results for women, right? And obviously you want to add a description as well. I'll leave that to you. You can add it very much depends on your SEO strategy. You can define the description that will be there based on the search terms. You can have presets, right? So if the user searches for t-shirts, for example, t-shirts, you want to have like presets that are here. Define the description when the search is a t-shirt and so on. So that's it when it comes to setting the meta tags description, the meta tags for your Hydrogen storefront. And I hope you found this useful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.